Hello everyone! Have you ever thought about coming face to face with a baboon? These primates are not only highly intelligent, but also extremely strong and always ready to defend their territory. Stopping millions of invasive species is no easy task. In this video, we will share 5 effective strategies for dealing with this invasive species. Come join Mousefarm now. To deal with baboons, you need to understand what makes them special. Baboons live in troops of up to 100 individuals with males as the leaders. They eat plants, insects, and small animals and are highly adaptable. You can find them in savannas, dense forests, and even on cliffs. In 2023, people in South Africa spotted baboons rummaging through trash bins and sneaking into cars for food. They have sharp senses and their troops work as a tightly knit team, always alert to danger. For hunters, this means they are facing a well-organized invasive group. Let's explore why this is important. Now backlash after posting a photo of a baboon family he had hunted. To do better. Hunting requires caution, as baboons can carry diseases like rabies or giardia if you don't keep your distance. These challenges aren't just barriers. They're why you need a solid plan. So how do you plan a safe baboon hunting trip? Use a Winchester 243 or 270 rifle to target key areas, ensuring a quick and humane shot. Regular practice is essential to shooting accurately when needed. Work with a local guide, especially in areas like the Eastern Cape of South Africa, to understand baboon behavior and tracks. Stay at least 50 yards away and move downwind to avoid detection. If a baboon gets too close, stand tall and make a loud noise to scare it off without causing harm. Pujari hunters go to licensed baboon hunting areas and follow local regulations to support wildlife conservation.
Straight down. Puyo.
Avoid posting graphic photos on social media and instead share stories of the challenge and respect for wildlife. To protect your health, wear gloves and a mask when handling baboon carcasses and get a rabies shot before your trip. Farmers can use fences as a solution to keep them out. These fences should be at least 6 to 8 feet high to prevent baboons from jumping over them, as they are agile climbers.
Do this.
It is also important to make the fence difficult to climb by incorporating smooth materials or angled tops that baboons find difficult to grip. Although a temporary solution, a well-constructed fence can significantly reduce the ability of baboons to cause damage, while still allowing them to move freely through the area. Hunters, show the world how it's done. Leave a comment below on what your strategy is for dealing with invasive species like baboons. Sign up for more outdoor tips and ethical hunting links, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Think wild boars are the only invasive species causing trouble? Think again. On August 10, 2022, my beach vacation in Benarifé, Spain turned into a disaster when a group of 15 feral pigs charged onto the shore. Tourists scrambled to safety as the boars disrupted everything. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but the damage totaled $1,200,000, severely impacting the local tourism industry. This invasion didn't just cause panic, it dealt a massive blow to the Costa del Sol's economy. But the chaos doesn't stop there, as bears that have escaped from circuses and ancient hunting practices have become aggressive, attacking humans and livestock. Human activities such as habitat destruction and mistreatment in circuses have increased bear populations and aggression. A 2021 incident caused $800,000, 0 cents in damage, in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, where an escaped circus bear disrupted local farms and tourism. Are coyotes next lurking in the prairie, ready to wreak havoc on farms? Now, Montana ranchers are facing a battle with coyotes. These images reveal their terrifying tactics under the moonlight, moving silently in packs, taking advantage of gaps and fences. With terrifying precision, they target stray sheep, striking in quick succession to avoid guard dogs. In the rugged mountains of Alaska, a 2020 bear hunting turned tense. Four hunters, following strict Alaska safety protocols, signed permits and brought pepper spray, high caliber rifles and first aid kits for the treacherous slopes. On a misty ridge near Lake Clark, they froze as two bears, one brown and one black, appeared. The closer brown bear, an 800-pound bear at 150 yards, became their target rather than the skinny 400-pound black bear hunting at 300 yards, favouring the close range for a more accurate shot. They scrambled up the cliffs, bracing their falls with climbing gear and radios. This breathless hunt showed the danger and raw precision required to take on nature's predators. Could drones or sensors make these chases easier? Some hunters, on the other hand, chose bait over hiking, targeting a 600-pound brown bear hunting near Lake Clark.
So, I'm just gonna throw a little bit of that in there.
Four hunters perched on 10-foot tree stands used 500 pounds of corn and $200, 0 cents, worth of oats to lure it. The method, seen on Alaskan game hunts, requires 4 to 6 hours of checking and preparing bait each day, secured from high perches for accurate shots. The bait reliably attracts the bear, saving hours of stalking. After the bear hunt is over, the tension in the woods is still there, but now the hunters have turned their attention to another threat. Hunters use modern equipment such as night vision goggles and infrared lights. These devices not only help them see in the dark, but also help them pinpoint the location of coyotes as they move through the deserted fields. Although hunting at night is allowed, there are strict limits. Each hunter is only allowed to take down 2 to 5 animals at a time. In fields that are in restricted areas or do not have a hunting license, the authorities will not hesitate to intervene. Daytime hunting, especially early morning or late afternoon when coyotes are on the move in search of food, is the ideal time. At this time, the light is strong enough to see clearly, but not too harsh, making it easy for hunters to observe and approach the target without being detected. The ideal distance for hunting coyotes during the day is from 300 to 600 feet. a distance that allows the hunter to attack accurately but still maintain his safety. Moreover, the hunter must take advantage of the terrain, hide behind bushes, mounds, and always keep a distance.
Quick.
Tell me when. Good anytime.
One special thing about this hunt is that hunters in Texas have optimized the use of traps to catch wild pigs, an invasive species that is a major threat to agriculture and the environment. Traps help hunters catch many pigs without having to get close, minimizing risks and ensuring high efficiency. Each time they trap, Texans can catch 10 to 20 wild pigs. However, the question is whether traps can be used to hunt coyotes or bears. Wild donkeys have become a common sight in some Australian cities, particularly in areas like Broome and Katherine. Their screeching has become a major nuisance to residents. Their presence has also led to an increase in road accidents, with around 180 reported in 2020-23.
Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god.
These collisions have caused $20 million in damage and 12 minor injuries, including some supercars. Amid the growing threat from wild donkeys, the Australian government has implemented policies allowing controlled hunting of this species with rifles. In 2023, around 1,500 hunters were licensed to participate in the hunts, primarily concentrated in the Northern Territory and Western Australia, where wild donkeys have caused the most serious issues. the authorities permit the hunting of approximately 50,000 wild donkeys annually in these areas.
This one.
Hunters use rifles with 38 or 36 calibers, suitable for taking down large animals. To be licensed to use firearms, hunters must pass safety tests on gun handling, possess a valid hunting license, and comply with strict regulations regarding hunting areas and seasons. Hunters should go in groups of 3 to 4, a strategy that increases the chances of success and improves safety during the hunting process. They use their skills to track wild donkey footprints and droppings. Statistics show that since the hunting policy was implemented, the number of wild donkeys has decreased by about 15% annually, helping to reduce damage in residential areas. The heaviest wild donkey caught by hunters weighed up to 1,200 pounds, highlighting the large size and strength of this species. Therefore, hunters must thoroughly understand the hunting policies. In addition, according to reports from the Northern Territory government, around 150 vehicles have been severely damaged, some of which are unusable after collisions with rhinos. The Australian authorities have issued warnings to residents not to take any action that might provoke rhinos, as this could make them feel threatened. People are advised to stay at least 100 yards away when spotting them. This serious issue has forced the Australian government to take extreme measures to control the population and prevent dangerous incidents. Since 2020, the government has allowed large-scale rhino hunts, led by the International Rhino Hunting Association, IHRA. This organization has attracted over 10,000 hunters from around the world to participate, but only hunters over the age of 21 are allowed to join to ensure safety. The organization strictly prohibits hunters from shooting pregnant or young rhinos to protect the number of young rhinos in the wild.
Yeah.
Only adult individuals are hunted to minimize the negative impact on the ecosystem. Rhino dung is large and has a distinctive smell. If it is still moist, it indicates that the rhino is nearby. To ensure safety during the hunt, hunters should maintain a distance of at least 150 yards. Rhino hunting season in Australia begins in July and lasts until September. The rhino hunting permit regulations state that hunters are not allowed to use rhino meat without authorization from the authorities. Violators will have their permit revoked and will be banned from using firearms in any hunting activities. In addition to hunting in Australia, hunters must regularly update their hunting areas, which are added annually by the government. The government changed hunting areas based on population declines and to ensure hunter rights. Hunters are reissued licenses each year to review hunting conditions and address lost licenses. Are these hunting measures appropriate? Leave a comment in the description to help Australians come up with the best solution. The Komodo dragon, the largest lizard in the world, can grow up to 10 feet long and weigh 300 pounds. They are known for their highly venomous bite, which can paralyze prey within 30 minutes due to venom containing various proteins that weaken the body and disable defense mechanisms. Notably, they often feed in waste-filled areas near water channels, increasing the risk of spreading infectious diseases. If not controlled in time, these dragons can become a significant source of health and safety issues for the people of Indonesia. In 2014, a shocking incident occurred when Komodo dragons directly attacked convenience stores in Bali, severely affecting businesses. According to statistics, the Indonesian government spent over $2 million in 2016 to help residents deal with the dragons. But humane methods have proven ineffective. To protect the safety of the people, the Indonesian government has issued a policy of hunting Komodo dragons with guns, an extreme measure to quickly control their numbers before their sudden attacks. Hunting Komodo dragons is only allowed in certain areas, under a hunting license called Surat Izin Mensing dan Berberusin. Hunting areas are located in designated areas away from residential areas. Nature reserves are completely prohibited. During Komodo dragon hunting in Nusa Tenggara, hunters prepare bait to attract them to the hunting area, with a minimum distance of 20 yards. Research results show that out of 100 Komodo dragons tracked, up to 75 were attracted to the bait, helping to shorten the search process for hunters because they are good at hiding, preferring to frequent dense and secluded areas. The hunters will go to areas along the riverbanks because these are places where Komodo dragons often come to find food and water. When hunting near water, hunters need to be mindful of staying silent and patient to avoid scaring the prey and letting it escape. The hunters will be trained in Komodo dragon behavior through courses offered at the Komodo Dragon Conservation Center in Indonesia, where training programs are held twice a year. According to the new policy, hunters in Indonesia must be at least 21 years old to be permitted to hunt. In terms of health, hunters are required to have a minimum weight of 150 pounds to ensure they can move across difficult terrains. An important regulation in the new license issued in 2020 is that hunters are not allowed to use motorized vehicles to access hunting areas. If this rule is violated, hunters could face fines of up to 700 USD or have their hunting rights revoked for a certain time. The type of firearm permitted for hunting Komodo dragons is a long-range rifle, with a .308 caliber ensuring accuracy and efficiency. The Komodo dragon hunting season runs from June to September. During this period, hunters are allowed to hunt up to a maximum of 50 dragons per season. Hunting rifles will only be licensed to 100 hunters out of the 800 applicants to control the numbers and ensure public safety. Komodo dragons can pretend to be unconscious, so hunters need to be cautious when handling them directly. When a hunter holds them by the tail in reverse, they lose the ability to attack. Be careful with every action during the hunt. Thanks to tightly regulated hunting activities managed by the Indonesian government, Komodo dragon attacks on residential areas have decreased by 40% since the implementation of this measure. After 2022, the regulations were adjusted to ensure ecological balance and prevent overhunting. Additionally, hunters are prohibited from hunting pregnant Komodo dragons and juveniles. Hunting is a government-designated activity, and hunters receive financial support during the hunting process. Therefore, they must be responsible for their actions. Hunters are required to report the exact number of Komodo dragons they have hunted, so that the government can monitor the population. Additionally, hunters must stay updated on any changes through the official website of the Indonesian Ministry of Environment and Forestry. Failure to comply with new regulations or submit timely reports could result in the loss of financial support. If you want to know any more information, please comment down below. If you are looking forward to part 3, please comment number 1. In the scorched desert of southern Arizona, the San Pedro River was once a green haven teeming with wildlife. By the 1990s, it was a ghost river, dry most of the year. Its wetlands wrecked by overgrazing and a fur trade that nearly erased its beavers. These buck-toothed builders, once so common that the river was nicknamed Beaver River, were hunted out by the 1920s for their pelts and castoreum. But in 1999, Arizona's wildlife folks started bringing them back, releasing 15 beavers into Cochise County's parched streams. By 2006, over 30 dams and maybe 100 beavers had transformed the place. Dry gullies became ponds, wetlands bloomed, and birds like the endangered willow flycatcher surged by 50%. The river flowed longer, even during droughts, saving ranchers and reducing wildfire risks. But beavers don't just build dreams, they can stir up trouble. Their dams flooded fields, swamped roads, and turned pastures into bogs, ticking off farmers. By 2010, beavers were chewing through cottonwoods faster than they could grow, threatening orchards and shade trees that old timers cherished. In 2008, a flood wiped out all 30 dams, though the beavers rebuilt fast. By 2019, their numbers crashed to a handful. Some blame mountain lions, others whisper about illegal poaching, a grim nod to the fur trade days. So, how do you keep these beavers in check without wrecking their good work? First up, there's the beaver deceiver, a clever tool catching on fast. It's a sturdy PVC pipe or sometimes a big drainage tube, slipped right through a beaver dam. The pipe lets water flow quietly without the rush or noise that'd tip off the beavers to plug it back up. This keeps water levels low enough to save nearby fields and roads from flooding, all while leaving the wetlands, those life-giving ponds beavers create, untouched. Ranchers are all for it. No need to tear down dams or butt heads with nature. The Bureau of Land Management's been setting these up since the 2000s, especially around farms where folks want to coexist with beavers, not chase them off. For bigger problems, like when beavers overbuild or chew too many trees, trapping steps in. From November to April, Arizona's regulated trapping season lets licensed hunters use specialized gear to catch beavers, harvesting fur or castoreum for perfumes. It's about balance, not wiping them out. Relocating beavers is an option, but it's pricey and rare. Strict rules prevent a repeat of the 1,800 fur trade frenzy though. Overtrapping could still harm the ecosystem. By 2024, San Pedro's beaver count hit 11 to 14, but with deceivers and careful trapping, the river stays lush. We just gotta manage them right. Using guns this way is counterproductive. First, it's a legal mess that puts poachers at risk of fines or worse, especially given Arizona's strict wildlife laws. It's reckless, and bullets don't just hit beavers, they can ricochet and hit nearby animals. Plus, stray bullets near the US-Mexico border, where the San Pedro River runs, add to tensions with concerns about cross-border smuggling, like the gun trafficking lawsuits Mexico has filed against Arizona dealers. So here's the question, if you were a rancher who lost a crop to a beaver dam, would you pick up a rifle or trust humane equipment to keep the floodplain safe?
These approaches have been great at stopping the spread of some invasive species. Got any ideas for even better solutions? Drop your thoughts in the comments so we can all dive into it together. Thanks for sticking around and watching the whole video. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And hey, be sure to tell your friends about us too so they can check it out. Bye and see you in the next video.
Hello everyone, have you ever thought about coming face to face with a baboon? These primates are not only highly intelligent, but also extremely strong and always ready to defend their territory. Stopping millions of invasive species is no easy task. In this video, we will share 5 effective strategies for dealing with this invasive species. Come join Mousefarm now. To deal with baboons, you need to understand what makes them special. Baboons live in troops of up to 100 individuals with males as the leaders.